clicker. Is that next?
Please welcome Alec Wilcock, social media lead at ElevenLabs.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Wow, this stage is bigger than it looks from over there, I can tell you that. Hey, everyone. My name's Alec. I'm very excited to be here, and today I want to talk about how to elevate your content with AI. And let me tell you why. We consume more content in a day than we can process in a week. And so if you think about it, how many of the Instagram Reels from the latest doom scroll can you remember? How much of the information from the YouTube tutorial can you remember? How many of the LinkedIn posts that you scrolled over the past 24 hours can you recall? Not many, right? And so at the end of 2025, your content has never been easier to forget. And there is a solution to this. And being at Upscale Conference, that solution is AI. But who am I to give you this solution? Well, my name is Alec Wilcock. I do social media and growth at ElevenLabs. And over the past nearly 20 years, I've been making videos. And it started out making videos with my brothers, sisters, and cousins at home, which then turned into making YouTube videos from my bedroom, which then later on turned into making videos for startups and AI startups, now being full-time at ElevenLabs. And over these 15 years, I've created and produced more than 1,000 videos. And these thousands of videos have generated hundreds of millions of views. And I like to sum up my job into a very simple sentence. It's essentially going through this one process and maximizing the efficiency to creating video content while also maximizing the views. And this is a simplified version of the YouTube video content creation process. And so my job is to figure out how to do the best research, how to do the best scripting, the recording, the editing, and the thumbnail. And over the years, with the new technology, the new tools, the new algorithm updates, new features, and now AI, I optimize each and every one of these steps to make videos in the most efficient way possible while maximizing the views. And AI has affected all of these, right? But just to show you an example, I want to focus on one of them. Let's look at the YouTube thumbnail creation process. I'm no designer, and I really don't like designing. And we actually just had Manuel on stage talking about bad design decisions, and you're going to see a lot in these slides. And AI has affected YouTube thumbnails to a point where I actually really like creating YouTube thumbnails. And so a couple of months ago, Nano Banana was released, which is one of Google's latest AI image models, which allowed you to edit images with extreme precision by simply typing in a few words. And so here, I took a still from a video that I'd already recorded. I simply typed in, "put me in a banana suit," and I got this exact asset. And now this is a very creative way to use it. But when it comes to YouTube thumbnails, this is what my process looks like now. I'll look at the top thumbnails on Google for the term or the topic that I'm creating a video about. I'll inspire myself based on what assets they've used in the thumbnails and why I think they're ranking, because if they're ranking first, second, and third, there's a reason. Then I'll take a still from my video, so I'm no longer taking dedicated headshots for my YouTube thumbnails. I'll take this still frame, and then I'll simply prompt it as many times as I need to get the assets I want. And so here, I simply typed in "make it brighter," "remove the microphone," "put one finger in front of the mouth." And this is all from one still from my video. And you'll even notice it even ironed my shirt, which is an incredible use case for me, but AI helps massively here, right? Instead of now taking a few hours to make a thumbnail, I'm now doing it in less than 20 minutes. And AI is helping across the board for thumbnails and for all content in general. It helps us create faster, work with smaller budgets, increase quality, and also scale personalization. And scaling personalization is essentially doing what you're already doing, so the content strategy that you've been doing for the past year, 2 years, 3 years, but using AI to make it more efficient, work with smaller budgets, increase the quality of it, while maintaining what makes your brand yours. So you're scaling the personality of your brand. Because when we lose what makes your brand yours, I mean, that's like the opposite of marketing 101, right? And so people spend an average of 2 hours and 21 minutes a day on social media. And in that time, they see between 300 to 1,000 different social media posts. And this is your competition. So if you put it into perspective, imagine your 30-second reel, your 2-minute TikTok, your 5-minute YouTube video, compared to these 2 hours and 21 minutes, and also compared to these 300 to 1,000 posts that are seen by all of us individually every single day. And these competitors aren't just solo creators. They're big brands with massive budgets, with massive teams. But thankfully, AI is leveling the playing field. Earlier this year, HubSpot did a study, and it said that 67% of marketers believe that AI is significantly going to impact how how they do their jobs. But I believe this statistic is it's not correct, right? This should be 100% of marketers already feel the impact of AI on their jobs. And so if you're not already using AI, soon you're going to be missing out. You're going to be left behind. You're going to be too far behind, right? And so I urge all of you to try and figure out how to implement AI into your content strategies today. And today I want to talk about how we implement it at ElevenLabs. And there are two ways to use AI. First of all, you've got AI at the forefront, and then you've got AI behind the scenes. AI at the forefront is your Bigfoot vlogs, everything that starts from the AI video generation. You put AI first. So it's Bigfoot vlogs, AI avatars, video generation models, and you're creating content directly from AI. But the second part is AI behind the scenes, and that's essentially implementing AI into the processes and workflows that you already do to make them more efficient. And that's what we're going to focus on today, how to elevate your content with AI, and we're going to be sharing the behind the scenes of how ElevenLabs is doing this. And I do want to mention that the line between these two is actually very quickly blurring. Like we just saw with the Nano Banana example for making YouTube thumbnails, I won't be surprised if in a few, I was going to say years, maybe a few months, I'll be able to simply prompt a thumbnail exactly what I need from one single prompt. And now, being from ElevenLabs, obviously, I'm going to take this from an audio-first approach. And for those that don't know, ElevenLabs is an AI audio research and platform company that provides AI voices, music, and sound to businesses, creators, and developers. And so without further ado, here's a behind-the-scenes look at how we're using AI in our content at ElevenLabs. We're going to start simple. The very first one is text-to-speech. And most of you know what text-to-speech is. It's where you can simply create a voiceover for your content by typing in the words that you need to be said. And so we use text-to-speech for a bunch of different reasons. We've got social media content, cinematic voiceovers for launch videos. The video team do an incredible job at creating these launch videos for X with really realistic cinematic voices. We also use it to preview scripts, and this is a really fun one. Once you've gone through writing a script so many times, you read it back and it starts to sound a little bit weird. But if you run it through text-to-speech and listen back to it, you get a whole new perspective to that script and can therefore make the changes before you record it. And then finally, product demos. A lot of people are doing screen recordings for their demos, and adding a voiceover is a great way to make that just a little bit more engaging. And just to demonstrate text-to-speech and how we use it for social media content, this is a short video tutorial that we made about how to take part in the narrator trend, which was a trend that blew up back in May or June that used AI voiceovers to narrate their daily lives. And these videos were getting millions of views at the time, and to this day still do. So let's have a quick watch.
This is Alec, and he's about to show you how to jump on the narrator trend with unique voices nobody has heard before. But why? What is the narrator trend? Creators are blowing up on social media, simply narrating their everyday life, getting millions of views.
This is Lorena. She's lived 200 lives in one.
There's one problem, though. People are getting tired of the same old voices. Well, with ElevenLabs, you can create the perfect narrator voice with their voice design tool. Simply describe the voice you want to hear in the prompt box. Include some text to preview that voice, and then choose your favorite.
I've been walking these streets longer than you can imagine, kid.
After that, write out your voiceover and include audio tags which direct the AI on how to deliver your narration.
And it's as simple as that. Comment down below and we'll send you the link.
And there you go. And now, this technology can also be used for further than just creating random voices narrating your content. You can also use your own voice by using the ElevenLabs voice cloning technology. Now, at ElevenLabs, we like to move really fast when it comes to creating content and doing our marketing, but sometimes, because of that, we make mistakes. We had to lock in the copy early, so we had time to then record it and edit it, or the UI changed last minute. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. And because of that, there's a lot of mistakes in the content that I end up recording. But when I make these mistakes, we no longer go back and change them or re-record them. We now simply swap it out using my voice clone and with a little bit of editing magic, implement the changes that we need to do. And so this is an intro video to a tutorial we made back in June, which was essentially how to combine VO3 and ElevenLabs to create some great videos. And this was the first draft, and let's have a watch.
In this video, you're going to learn how to get better voices on your VO3 video generations. With VO3, you can get some excellent video by simply typing some text.
And so as you can see, very simple, but we felt like the intro didn't have enough impact. We weren't showing the viewer exactly what they're about to learn, but the way that I'd recorded it didn't allow for us to easily put in some examples. And so we used the ElevenLabs voice clone technology, and I shared my professional voice clone with our editor, Joseph, and he made the changes within just a few minutes. And here's the result.
In this video, you're going to learn how to turn this
People are more weirded out by my table manners than my eyes.
into a video with better voices and immersive sounds.
People are more weirded out by my table manners than my eyes.
With VO3, you can get some excellent video by simply typing some text.
And so as you can see, that's a whole new intro to the video, which performed much better simply by making these couple of changes with the professional voice clone, and it only took us minutes, which is way more efficient than having to re-record. And now, just to demo voice cloning again and show you how this technology is used and how easy it is to create your own professional voice clone, this is Casper Lee, who's an OG content creator. A lot of you may have heard of him before, but he's also an ElevenLabs user and investor. And here's how he has used his professional voice clone.
To my dearest and most beautiful wife Amber, I'm fluent in French. Tu es tellement belle et tu seras ma partenaire pour la vie. I can also speak Japanese. Anatawashi no sekai o ugokashite kureru.
Okay, to be honest, it's my voice clone that can speak any language, and here's how we created him.
So what we're going to do today is a professional voice clone.
Shit, I haven't been paying my subscription.
You need to be on at least the creator plan. Okay, we're going to take your money live on, all of them, monthly or yearly. You get 2 months free.
We want some serious upgrades from you guys.
Do re mi. And so I guess that's not really the point of minimalism.
That was really fun. I don't know if I was like reading real stuff. Like,
were you actually paying attention to the story? We're going to check this is really you. If you'd uploaded like an hour of podcast audio, we'd still ask you to prove that you are Casper.
It's going to take 2 to 6 hours, and then I'm going to have my voice.
Available for anything you want to say with AI Casper.
Bonjour ma belle femme. Est-ce que tu es impressionné?
Casper speaking French is so nice. I think I prefer the clone.
Hey!
And so as you can see, that's Casper Lee using his professional voice clone. And at the end there, he actually used it to speak another language. And that's also another one of the ElevenLabs tech that we implement into our strategies and processes to make our content go further, thanks to dubbing. To piggyback off of voice cloning, you know when you watch those documentaries and they dub the story into a new language, and you can tell the person's they're like either crying or really excited, or there's a lot of emotion in the story they're telling, but then you get the dub, and it's like the most boring thing you've ever heard? Well, that's exactly what we're trying to solve at ElevenLabs, and I would almost say that's exactly what we have solved at ElevenLabs. Because with ElevenLabs, you can create a voiceover that sounds exactly like you, and then you can translate that into another language, or you can record a video and dub that video into a new language. And we have kicked off the process of dubbing all of our YouTube content into multiple different languages, and we also dub our top-performing ad sets and then run them in new languages to a whole new audience. Because that's like a no-brainer, right? If you can dub your content in just a few clicks, why wouldn't you? And the results from the dubbing, people love the dubbing. We've now started growing audiences in other languages. because it just feels so authentic and real, and it keeps the emotion. And so we essentially break that language barrier, because you can now connect with people through video in a bunch of different languages. And just to show you the power in numbers, we made a video back in September that did 500,000 views, but we dubbed that video into 7 new languages. And thanks to the fact that we dubbed it into 7 new languages, we got an extra 150,000 views. And the effort to dub that video was minimal. Imagine you had to recreate the video to get another 150,000 views, compared to just uploading the audio tracks, clicking a few buttons, and then uploading the audio tracks to YouTube. And so it's a no-brainer. 30% more views and still growing. And now when we upload videos, we actually get comments about people complaining that we haven't already uploaded the dub versions. And a lot of what I've just spoken about has been about the spoken audio in video. But there's a whole other side to audio in video content. And let's just take a quick look at this example, and we might spot what it is.
Today you're going to learn how to dub your videos into multiple languages with ElevenLabs, just like this.
And since we've been uploading to YouTube desde el 2010 hasta ahora.
When creating video content, you're often limited to one language, limiting your reach and leaving millions of potential viewers behind. And subtitles don't always capture the tone, and translating...
And so that was the intro to a YouTube video of ours about how to dub your content into new languages. But when we watched it back there, it felt a little bit empty, because we were missing the sound effects and music. And I actually forgot to remove one sound effect in the edit there, but maybe that just made it even more obvious that the sound effects were lacking. And so on the left is the example we just watched. And on the right is the example that we're about to watch with a bunch of sound effects and music. And I know what some of you might be thinking, well, hold on, sound effects and music aren't new at all. But I've been a creator for over 15 years, and I've been through the process of trying to find the right sound effect because I don't know what its name is called, or finding the right song and then later on finding out that I don't have the rights to use it in my content or to use that in my ads. But with ElevenLabs, we can simply type in a few words, and this is exactly what we're about to hear in a second, but to get the sound effects that I wanted, I simply typed in the words of the sound effects that I could imagine hearing based on what I'm seeing on screen. And all I did was literally type shiny reveal, digital counter, digital button tap. And then I get 4 generations that I can use in my content, studio quality sound effects, and it's as easy as that. And so now instead of browsing libraries, I'm prompting to get the perfect sound effect. And it's the same thing with music. Back in August, we released 11 Music, and it allows you to create music by simply typing in a few words. And so here again, I typed in a simple prompt, intense intro music for tech documentary, arpeggiator at the beginning. And here what I'm doing is providing it an emotion, so intense, giving it the context, which is intro music for tech documentary, and then finally adding in a little bit of an instrument and then the placement, so arpeggiator at the beginning. And now, if we listen back or we watch back the exact same YouTube video example with the sound effects and music, it might feel a little different.
Today you're going to learn how to dub your videos into multiple languages with ElevenLabs, just like this.
And since we've been uploading to YouTube desde el 2010 hasta ahora.
When creating video content, you're often limited to one language, limiting your reach and leaving millions of potential viewers behind.
Hey! Thank you. I wasn't sure if that was going to work with a bigger audience, but you nailed it. And some of you might be thinking there, well, that music was a little bit too intense for the YouTube tutorial that we've just demoed. But that's only because it was the exact prompt that I put in. It's the emotion I asked it for. If I would have asked for subtle background music or calm background music, that's exactly what I would have got. And I've been taking music a lot further, and I've actually started generating prompts with ChatGPT to then plug into 11 Music, and I'm taking it even one step further and figuring out a new process of transcribing my video's audio. So I've got a written transcript with timestamps, running that through ChatGPT and asking for a custom prompt for music that's tailored to the pacing of my video, and then getting a specific prompt that I can put into ElevenLabs. And then, as we can see by the little timeline at the bottom, that looks like a really weird structure to a song, but that's because it's matching the pacing of my video and the different sections of my video. And now, this right here is just a few of the AI tools that you can implement into your workflows. And to recap a few of them before we continue, what you can literally do and go and implement today into your content strategy, your workflow, or like at this event, if you're a creator or you post stuff on LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever it is, you could take out your phone, take a few B-roll clips, and then download the ElevenLabs app from your pocket, add a voiceover, and that's a piece of content. And we know that content with AI voiceovers tend to perform quite well when it's narrating the person's day. If you're a creative team, and if you're already running ads, take your best performing ads, dub them into a new language, and then run them to a new audience. That one's like a no-brainer, and the return on investment you can get from it, you have to try it, And then finally, YouTubers, you can build your own custom sound effects and music library just because it's a much faster way to create content. It's a much faster way to find the music and to find the sound effects, and know that you don't have to worry about not having the license to use it in ads or on YouTube or getting copyright strikes. If you know the pain, horrible. And a mistake I see a lot of creators make, and one that I actually made a lot in the beginning when I started using AI, was once I figured out a workflow that worked, I stuck to it, and I was hesitant to go and try new models. But now I've come to the realization that it was a very big mistake, and no joke, every single week I'll use like Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and these are all LLMs, and some people don't understand why you would want to use different LLMs. But all of these technologies are developing so fast because different models are constantly getting better at different use cases. And this is a slide that PJ Ace actually showed in his presentation yesterday, but I think it's because it's the most trustworthy AI benchmark. It took us decades to get to the first video on the left, and only 2 years later, we have, an incredible-looking Will Smith eating spaghetti. And all I'm trying to say here is that the speed of progress in AI is rapidly decreasing the window of competitive advantage to using these tools in your workflows. And so, every single week, if you start trying out the latest models, trying the same workflow you've got with one tool, with one model, with a bunch of others, you'll quickly realize how much further more you can go with AI. And so the single message I'm going to leave you on today is to be model agnostic. Thank you, everybody.